السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في برنامج قريبا نيوكاسلي. Welcome lads and lasses to soon to be toon. We have Dave from Newcastle. Welcome, Dave.
How are you, boy lad? Everybody okay?
I am okay, but not okay. Why, Dave? Why we have? Explain this to me. Why Diego Carlos went easy peasy to Aston Villa with 28, and we couldn't get him in the January, and I think the amount was 45 million, if I recall. Why easy on Aston Villa, or does that mean maybe, or maybe Newcastle just take off the idea that just ignore they ignore him, and we didn't interested in him after January. What's the story?
Yeah, I think you got spot on, mate. I think it's a story that we were close to signing him in January, but Lille played hard to get. They didn't want to sell him. They kept putting his price up, and I think it's got to the point where this season for the summer we've decided that we should go for possibly younger targets. And to me, I think we've brought in Dan Burn, and we're also looking at bringing in Sven Botman. So do we need another Brazilian central defender? I don't think it's somebody we need. So,
and to be fair, Dave, that there is no link from Diego Carlos in last few weeks. It's obviously that we are not interested in him.
Yeah. Plus the fact is, like I say, the fee that he's gone for, his fee's quite low. So yeah, we've turned our nose up at him. There's obviously other choices. I mean, if he wanted to leave in January, he would have pushed very hard to leave in January, and I don't think he did push. Although, despite all this talk that he wanted to sign for Newcastle, again, this is just the same old. Players talking themselves up, or agents talking their players up to get them a transfer to the Premier League, or get them to transfer to a Premier League team. So it was inevitable something like this was going to happen. So look, he's not going to be a Newcastle player. I don't want to spend too much time talking about him. If he was a genuine Newcastle target, then yeah, I'll talk all day about him. But if not, he's gone to Aston Villa, one of the teams that Newcastle fans nowadays hate the most. They don't like Aston Villa, never have done. But even now, it's bitter between us and Aston Villa. So if he's gone to sign for them, good luck.
I'm talking about Diego Carlos because most of the fans, especially here in Saudi, they think that Aston Villa take the player from us. So that's what I want to explain. طبعا بالنسبة لدييغو كارلوس واضح انه تم صرف النظر عنه من نيوكاسل منذ يناير. صح، وكلنا نعرف ايش صار في يناير، وهو اللاعب طلب الانتقال، لكن شيفيليا قال ما راح ينتقل الى نهاية الموسم لانه نحتاجه في نحتاجه في البطولات المحلية. كان عندهم اظن بطولة اوروبية، فنحتاج نهاية الموسم. لكن اذا كانت حسب الاخبار، اذا كنتوا تبغونه في يناير كان مبلغ مبالغ فيه، فتم التأجيل للصيف. لكن يبدو لي انه تم صرف النظر عنه، وهذا سبب ذهابه لاستون فيلا. الان بسأل ديف طبعا سؤال، بسأل ديف عن انه ليش الحين استون فيلا كبي بيس ياخذون الاهداف حقتنا. ديف, why Aston Villa hitting our target? Any player we want, Aston Villa try to take him.
Because we've already done the groundwork. We've already proved that we've got the good players. But they're now our cast-offs. We're not after them anymore. So somebody else has seen that they're available. So let's go for them. I think all our deals that we're going to do are already done. I think they've already been agreed. They're already sorted out, which is why we're not hearing any sort of concrete rumours. I think there might be a few surprises. There might be a couple of surprises in there, but I think the deals that we want to get done, I think we've already done them. I think we've already, done the groundwork. So if Aston Villa and other teams want to pick up our cast-offs, fair enough. They can have our cast-offs. We don't want them. Let them have it. We're not bothered. We're not bothered. We're going to get better players. Carlos is 29-year-old. He's probably only got 2 years left in the Premiership as a defender. Really? Let's go and find somebody a little bit younger. Trippier's old, but Trippier's he's an English lad coming back home. He's a proven one.
Yeah, and it's okay to have one player which is like mature or reach 30 or more, but not all the defenders. طبعا ديف يقول انه يعني احنا قمنا بعمل نيوكاسل قام بالابحاث والتحري، واستون فيلا يعني وفر على نفسه وقال انا اشوف اهداف نيوكاسل. ديف يقول طبعا خلهم ياخذون اللاعبين، احنا راح نجيب لاعبين افضل. ويبدو لنا الاخبار اللي كنا نتكلم عنها والحصريات انه قلنا تاركوفسكي راح يجي مع بوتمان، اللي يذكر وتابع حسابنا في تويتر هذول اقرب اثنين راح يجون نيوكاسل. قلنا طبعا قبل انه مدافع مجاني ومدافع يعني انتقال مثل انتقال بوتمان. يعني بوتمان مدافع شاب ومن افضل المدافعين في اوروبا، فيمكن هذا السبب انه ما صار اولويه طبعا ديجو كارلوس نيوكاسل، لانه يبغون مدافعين صغار في السن، خصوصا ديجو كارلوس راح يبلغ 30 الموسم المقبل. طبعا هذا لاغلاق ملف ديجو كارلوس. anything new Dave on Botman?
Nothing new on Botman, just that I think we're still interested. We're still looking to tie things up with him. But like I said just a few moments ago, I think if he's a player that we're going after, if there's a player we're going after, it wouldn't surprise me if all these players that have suddenly reappeared, people like Botman and Lodi, it wouldn't surprise me if the deals are already done. Paquita, it wouldn't surprise me if the deals are already done, and we're just waiting for the 31st of May, or from what I'm hearing, the 2nd of June.
Why is that?
Well, 2nd of June, apparently, from what I've heard.
Because the t-shirt, maybe they want to sign with the t-shirt.
Yeah, they don't want to release. They don't want to talk about new players when they're trying to launch a new shirt and the sponsors and possibly the director of football. So they'll probably want to get them done first before they start announcing who the players are.
How is that related?
I think it's interfering. It's all contractual. I think it's all contractual. So we can't take up a new strip until next season, till June anyway. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Dan Ashworth is a part of their agreement with Brighton that he wouldn't undertake any work with Newcastle until the 1st of June. So I think the 1st of June is a bank holiday, so the 2nd of June is the most obvious date for us to do any work. So let's look to the 2nd of June. Let's see what happens on the 2nd of June, because that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a big date in our calendar. Whether it's release of the shirts, release of the name of the new sponsor, and release of the news that Dan Ashworth joining, and then we'll announce the players. Because don't forget, a lot of these players who we're interested in are now international players, and they are currently away with their international teams, playing in various tournaments in the next couple of weeks. I have it on good authority. There's a number of medicals being booked in for around about 2 weeks' time, which to me, again, it's following the international breaks. It sounds like our deals have been done, and all we're doing now is dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So let's see what happens.
Could this medical booked just in case, or that must someone coming?
No, I think it's for someone definitely coming. It's
okay.
Planned.
Why 2 weeks? Why not like 3 weeks? Why not 1 week? 1 week?
Because the players who we're interested in are currently away doing international games. So they're not going to be back in this country for 2 weeks. So when they get back or when they come back, they'll come back to the UK in 2 weeks' time. They'll then get a medical, and then we'll sign them. So that's why it's 2 weeks. That's what I'm hearing. It's why it's 2 weeks.
No. I mean, why not like 3 weeks, for example?
Right. Why would you wait 3 weeks if you can sign somebody in 2 weeks?
Within 2 weeks.
It's going to be two. The date is in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
It's booked in 2 weeks' time. The date is in.
It's this is different with it. So it's mean after 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, is it? So if you say not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, so that's what you're looking at. You're looking at possibly Thursday or Friday, and not next week, but the week after.
The second week.
Yes. So that's
okay.
That's when the medical will be done.
Okay.
So the medical, whoever it is, will be done with that player.
طبعا آخر الأخبار من مصادرنا في نيوكاسل إنه تم حجز مواعيد الفحص الطبية العادة للاعبين ليس الأسبوع القادم بل الأسبوع الذي يليه. فإحنا اخترنا إنه الأسبوع الثاني بيكون فيه مثلا باكيتا، مثلا لو قلنا باكيتا أولودي they are in Brazil، في البرازيل هم. Does that mean they are not the player from Brazil?
Where are they currently?
So not from Brazil.
Where is Lodi and where is Paquita?
With the team, with the national team.
Where? In Brazil?
I think.
Yeah, playing internationals.
Yeah, they have
this week and next week.
I have the schedule here. Let me post it just a second. نحن نحاول نحل الموضوع. Here we have Bolivia. Okay, no. 2nd of June, which okay. 2nd of June, South Korea and Brazil. 6th June, Japan and Brazil. 11 June, let me take this off. Brazil and Argentina.
Yeah.
So within 2 weeks, so that's means second week, which means
3 weeks.
Not from Brazil.
So there you have it. What you're seeing there is, you've put the thing down now. Can you put that back up? So you've got on the 2nd of June, which is when I've told you, look at the strips, look at the Dan Ashworth deal, and then after that, 6th of June and 11th of June. Now, give those players from Brazil time to fly into the UK, and then they'll get their medical done. So it might be your 3 weeks, but there's definitely something booked in for 2 weeks' time. So
yeah, so maybe not, okay. يعني, it's not necessary to have Bakita now.
now.
2 weeks, maybe later, for example. يعني بكيتا or لودي shouldn't mean that we have to have them now. طبعا معناتها انه اللاعبين اللي بيجون خلال الاسبوع الثاني المتوقع او اللي تم حجز فيه الغرف الفحص الطبيه، معناتها انه هذه سهله المعلومات تنجاب، عشان كذا تعطينا لمحه يعني او فكره مين ممكن اللاعب، لكن على الاغلب لن يكون برازيلي unless if he's not called to the national duty, but I think they are called.
Yeah, but don't forget, Henderson is also due to sign as well. And we can't sign anybody until June, till the second week in June. So that to me could also be Henderson, because the Henderson thing that seems to be gathering pace is that I don't know how much of it's true, but will be Henderson to Newcastle and Darlow to Man United.
Okay, so could be Henderson, and also could be Botman. Mute. Could be Botman, right?
Could be Botman, yeah.
Okay, ممكن يكون هندرسون، ممكن يكون بوتمان. Okay. So I would like to ask Dave about يعني now is Henderson and Botman is the most closed one. What about, for example, Ikitiki? Mute me.
Botman and Henderson are the close ones. I think they're close. I think Lodi's also close. But because they're in Brazil with the Brazilian team playing games, those might be a little bit later. But I think those deals have been done. I think we've already sorted the personal terms out and we've agreed things. It's just then waiting to officially announce them the second week in June. So, you know, I think a lot of our business isn't going to be done this week. Our business will be done from the 2nd of June onwards.
Okay, Dave, regarding, there is a question I want to ask you. Regarding Botman, we know that AC Milan was interested, and they were waiting, as we heard and read, InvestCorp company to take over AC Milan. So they are waiting that deal to happen, that takeover to happen, so they can have some kind of big budget to bring Botman. And that collapsed now, and they said it's going to be American takeover for Milan. So why we waiting Milan to decide? Why we not just grab Botman and bring him back? Why we give him offer and that's it? Why taking a long time?
I can't see what. Like I said, we've got to wait until the 2nd of June. 2nd of June, everything's happening on the 2nd of June. There's nothing saying we haven't already. This is what I'm saying. There's nothing saying that we haven't already agreed that deal with Botman. Botman said again yesterday he still wants the Newcastle move, and that was yesterday. You know, he's still talking about that. He's still talking about the Newcastle move.
But Dave, sorry, but please, I'm still not convinced why we should wait until 2 of January. Sorry, 2 of June. Why?
That's just the way we are. It's just the way it is, وليد. In this country, you know, yes, you've got some teams who've moved now. Teams Aston Villa and Liverpool have moved now, for whatever reasons. But they still can't sign those players officially until the 10th of June.
Uh-huh.
10th of June. The 10th of June is when the transfer window opens.
Yeah, but for example, Romano says Diego Carlos is finished with Aston Villa. They didn't have to wait. I know the contract thing and the registration. I know it should be in 10, but the agree has been done and signed contract already.
No, he hasn't. What he's done, they've agreed the move. They've agreed with Lille how much money it's going to cost them. They've agreed with Carlos how much he's going to get.
Can be a change of direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens if we go, unless he's actually signed some sort of pre-agreement?
Yeah, pre-agreement.
Unless he's signed a pre-agreement, then there's nothing stopping anybody who wants to come in with him in matching Aston Villa's price, and then being given the opportunity to speak to Carlos. But do we want to speak to him? No, I don't think we do. We've chosen not to go for him, which is why he's made this move to go to Aston Villa, and all Aston Villa have done is made an announcement that they've agreed to sign Carlos. They haven't signed him. They can't officially announce any signings until the 10th of June. The only team that's announced a signing so far is Manchester City with Haller. But what they've done is they've said that he's coming on he's got a pre-agreement, so he signed a pre-agreement that come the 10th of June, he will become or I think it's the 1st of July, he will become a Manchester City player.
Pre-agreement can be changed.
Not really. I think if you got a pre-agreement, what you're saying is you've given an undertaking that you will sign for that team.
Okay, why we didn't have a pre-agreement for Botman?
You ask Mr. Rubian, if you want, you can ask him. You ask him.
I'm just answering.
Yeah, you just winding me up, man.
اوكي طيب I will try to translate this. يعني مش نقاش يعني حامل. انا من جن يعني في قوانين كذا غريبه. يعني الحين مثلا يجيك اللاعب خلاص انا يوقع مثلا زي ديغو كارلوس هالاند وقعوا قبل، ففي مثلا توقيع مبدئي. فهمنا انه في توقيع مبدئي على العقد، اتفاق مبدئي. لانه ديف كان يقول انه ما نقدر، يعني انه في اولويه للرعاة وقميص النادي والمدير الرياضي دان اشورث انه نخلص معاهم، نوقع معاهم. والحين انا بسال ديف عن دان اشورث، بس انا هذا اللي فهمته. بعدين نعلن عن اللاعبين. يعني الاولويه احنا قلنا انه في هذا الموضوع يعني فعلا شيء في راسنا. يعني عقد كاستور مع فان 88 راح ينتهي في نهايه مايو، راح يبدا في جون راعي جديد. الراعي الجديد هذا بيكون معاه برضه المدير الجديد الرياضي مع مشكلته مع برايتون نصير حليناها، فبعدها نقدر نعلن عن اللاعبين. فانا سالت ديف يعني ليش ما نوقع بري اجريمنت؟ نبي نستفيد من بوتمان وميلان الان في مشاكل، نبغى نضمن اللاعب. ليش ما فتحمست انا فقلت ليش ما توقع ديف؟ ليش ما نوقع مع نعطي اتفاق مبدئي مع بوتمان؟ ديف قال اسال ارمي. Okay, Dave. So let's move to Dan Ashworth. Why Dan Ashworth now suddenly, after this break story by Stu Binman from NFC Matters with Steve Ray, and it was George is there, George is here. How Dan Ashworth become a target as a player? Why we need him now, you think? That does that mean Nick Hammond didn't do the job?
Money. No, I think, look, Dan Ashworth is he's becoming to be the director of football. He's not just coming for the signings. He's going to be coming in and he's going to be helping Eddie Howe and all those people around him look at future players. But we've also got to look to develop the academy structure.
I know that, but why? Why now we bring him? If there is a possibility, why we didn't bring him months ago? Why now with the players' transfers?
Because they finally agreed. They finally agreed with Brighton the compensation. So the compensation, and also to say that he wouldn't undertake any work with Newcastle, before the end of the season. So that's what's happened. So they've now got that finalised. They've got that sorted out. So this is why he's coming. So he'll come now, and he may not be getting into the players that we're going to be signing this summer. I think the people we've got in at the moment have done a good job in identifying those players that in January that would do us a job, and they're virtually going to be the same players who are coming in, minus Carlos, of course, who are going to be coming in June. Lodi was the one we didn't expect, but looks like he's coming. Paquita, he wasn't the one we expected. We talked about him, but looks like he's coming. And then Botman and Ekitike, sounds like there's some good players there who are going to become Newcastle players in the next few weeks. Let's look forward to that. But Dan Ashworth will be coming in to look at the youth setup, because when you look at the youth setup and the academy, there's not many players in there who are coming through who are going to set the world alight. And Newcastle have always had the ability to find decent young kids. We've got some fairly good kids, but not somebody who's going to set the world alight. Young Elliot Anderson is probably one. There's not a lot of youth team players coming through. So we need to get that sorted out, and that's something Dan Ashworth will have to look at as being the director of football.
Exactly, Dave. But Dan Ashworth, he will be included in negotiating for transfers.
He'll be making suggestions, but because we've already got a lot of the players from January, Botman, Ekitike, those sort of players are the ones who are going to come through. So those players that have already done the legwork, let's just see what happens. But Dan Ashworth doesn't need to get involved with any of the transfers in the summer. He might actually sign them. He might actually put the pen to paper. He might be the man to do it, but he won't be the person making the suggestions. Eddie Howe has probably already made the suggestions about these are the players we want, and we've gone out and got them.
طبعا ديف يقول انه بالنسبه لدان اشورث انه بيكون دوره كبير في الاكاديميات وشباب النادي، وإحنا نعرف هذا الشيء لانه الوضع ملخبط هناك شوي، يحتاج ترتيب. لكن سالته هل يعني معناته ما راح يتدخل في عمل نكامو ديها واختيار الصفقات الحاليه؟ يقول لك انه قد يكون عنده اقتراحات، قد يساعدهم في الاقتراحات وتنظيم الامور القانونيه وهذه الامور. لكن اوريدي عندنا لسته وصلنا مفاوضات من يناير، وصلنا فيها لطرق متقدمه، فيعني اكيد بيشارك، بس انه اوريدي عندنا تارجت، اوريدي عندنا اهداف، لكن الاهداف دي تحتاج انها كلوز، تحتاج انها يعني يتم الانتهاء منها. ف بس هذا كان سؤالي لديف. Okay, Dave. So, Dave, last question. Let's take some of interesting questions from the fans. Okay. Nothing on a striker, huh? Still not yet. No strikers.
What was that, mate? Anything on strikers?
Yep.
Ivan Toney, by the looks of it.
في مهاجم، جوابك اللي يسأل عن المهاجم، في اخبار عن ايفان توني مهاجم برينتفورد. طبعا هو مهاجم نيوكاسل السابق. Do you think this could happen, Dave? ايفان توني؟
Yeah, I think it could happen.
يعتقد ديف انه ممكن يحصل.
He's played with us before. I think there's a good chance it might happen, and I also think Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be that's my opinion. He's a player who seems to have suffered at Everton. I think he's lost his way a bit, and I think he could be a good option. So let's see if he's available.
ايفن توني كالفرت ليون من ايفرتون ممكن ينضمون. someone asking here about تشوماني. طبعا هذا تشوماني اوريدي صار مبابي جديد، اوريدي ريال مدريد وباريس سان جيرمان اوريدي يختلفون عليه يعني، فما اعتقد يعني بيكون متاح. نونيز برضو يعني لسه نشوف. but well done Dave for the secrecy from the club. يعني it's not easy to have info about transfer like maybe January. I think January become good lessons.
Yeah, I think you say January's been a good learning curve. We've done the legwork on some of those players in January. Those players who still want to come, like your Botman and Ekatike, I think they'll definitely be a good addition to the team. I'm disappointed in Carlos going to Aston Villa, but he's obviously not somebody we've gone after. We've obviously got younger targets. We've got younger players that we're looking at, and that's what you've got to look to. Not so much like young kids for the future, but just younger players who are going to do the job for us in the next 2 years. So, and I don't think Carlos would be that type of player. So we've looked at youth. Dan Burn, people weren't sure of Dan Burn. They were, why are we going for Dan Burn? But Dan Burn, he's a battler. He's a big lad. 6'7". He's not much going to get past him. And if he's got a decent centre half next to him next year, an international centre half and international defenders, brilliant. He could be brilliant. He could be a brilliant signing.
طبعا سؤال ديف بالنسبه لي انه ما كان فيه تسريبات يعني قوي من يعني النادي، يعني تسريبات يعني تقريبا صفر بالنسبه للاعبين، فهذا يعني انه احنا تعلمنا يعني يمكن استفادوا من تجربه يناير الصعبه على الفريق. والان التركيز يعني واضح انه الاداره او الملاك يبحثون عن لاعبين يكونون صغار في السن، يعني بدل ما نجيب لاعب مثلا يكون يعني في 30 يعطينا سنه سنتين، لا يعني يفكرون تقريبا 5 سنين لقدام. طبعا اللي يسالني عن بوتمان احنا من نحكي عنه من البدايه، تتابع الحلقه من البدايه اخوي اتش. Thank you Dave for update and hope to see you tomorrow with the new news. شكرا للمتابعة وتصبحون على خير. قد يكون لدينا مساحة إن شاء الله برعاية مجموعة نيوكاسل العربية. شكرا لكم، تصبحون على خير.